Hi, everybody. Welcome to Islands Uncovered. My name is Megan. I'm the owner of Dare to Dream Travel, and I exclusively sell sandals and beaches resorts. Today, we are going to one of my family's favorite properties, which is Beaches Turks and Caicos, and we are going to the Seaside Village. So, I've talked about the Italian Village quite a bit. I talked about the Key West Village when we stayed there recently, but today we're in the Seaside Village. This is going to be another centrally located village. If you walk in, you're facing the water. The Italian village right now, and I say right now because that a new part of the resort is going to be opening in March. But the Italian village right now is what I consider to be centrally located. It's got that huge main pool that you see in a lot of the pictures. The seaside village, when you're facing the water, is going to be right to the left of that. This room is called the Seaside Honeymoon, one bedroom, concierge, villa suite. A mouthful as always. The key word in this right here is honeymoon, and it's also going to be the note of being a one bedroom villa suite. How do these things change the room? Well, just the designation of the word honeymoon in here puts it in a different location than when you're looking at the seaside one bedroom concierge villa suites without the word honeymoon. These right here are going to be in the Parrot Cay Villas, where if you are looking at a map, they are going to be closest to the Italian pool. If you want to be closer to the new Treasure Beach expansion, you're going to want to be on the other side of the seaside village in the other rooms that I just mentioned before that don't have the word honeymoon in them. Reach out if you have questions. I can send you a map. I can show you pictures. But the rooms we're talking about today are the closest ones to the Italian village in these Parrot Cay villas. They're going to be on floors number 1 and 2. Also, when you read this, you're going to read the word one bedroom. So when you're looking at a room category and it doesn't say one bedroom, that means that if it is a four-person room, say it has a trundle bed with pull out or something in the room, everything is going to be in the same room. So you walk into one big room, it's got your king bed and it's got your pull-out bed and your trundle. This room is a one bedroom, which means that king bed is going to have some privacy to it. You're going to have a separate bedroom area for that king bed. And then you're going to have a little living space that's going to have your trundle bed and sleeper sofa. So you can accommodate, I think, comfortably four. It's going to say when you are looking at this online that you can put 5 people in here. You can. Just know that if you have 3 kids, one of them is going to have to be on a rollaway, which they'll bring in. Or if you have a baby, you're going to want to request a crib. That's how you fit 5 people in this room. They don't automatically have 5 beds in the room. It's set up for four. They can bring in a rollaway, they can bring in a crib. I think these rooms are pretty spacious, and so I wouldn't have hesitation with doing that if you have kids and they're all comfortable sleeping on these different things and don't have their own separate bedroom. I think it works just fine. Honestly, I have a preteen and then I have a 10-year-old. They've slept on the trundle beds, they've slept on the sleeper sofas, they've slept on rollaways. My daughter has slept on a sleeper chair. It sounds uncomfortable. They're really not that bad. I've actually slept on them and my husband has slept on them. So we're not like super tall people, but they are fine for, I would say, average sized adults. And really any size kids. Teenagers, if you have really tall or big teenage boys, they might be a little small for that. But I have had people who are super comfortable in these rooms with 3 kids. I just like to stress that the room is set up mainly for 4, and you have to bring in those extra beds free of charge. They'll put a rollaway in your room if you need it. They're not going to charge you any more for that, but that's how the room is set up. It does have a tiny little table sitting area. If you're on the first floor, you have a patio. If you're on the second floor, you have a little balcony. I love these rooms because they are right in the middle of the resort. They're going to be closer to the beach, which is nice if you're beach people. I think it has great access to the beach or the pool. There's dual sinks in the bathroom, which I know when you have, kids with you, it can be nice to have 2 sinks so everybody can be getting ready at the same time. There's a separate tub. There is a rain shower in there. So you have the option of using a bath or shower, which I know can also be nice for children. Um, so these rooms are, I think, really nice rooms. They don't have the bunk beds like the Italian Village, and they're just the concierge level. So that's going to be that middle level. You have access to the concierge lounge. You can get alcohol in the room if you would like it. But it's a great setup for a family, and I think that these rooms are usually moderately priced. They're not going to be the highest priced rooms at the resort. They're not going to be the lowest, and occasionally they do go on 777. So, as I always tell people, watch for those deals, or if you book the room and then it goes on 777 later, I can call and have that price adjusted for you. If you have questions about this room, if you want to see pictures, if you want to talk about it more, talk about the other similar options in the Seaside Village, my services are always completely free to you. I've been to this resort many times. I have no pressure when you reach out to me, and I'm just happy to help you book your next vacation. My contact info is here. I'd love to hear in the comments if you've stayed in this room and what you've thought. Looking forward to going back to Beaches, Turks and Caicos myself next October, and I'm always happy to share photos with you of my past trips that I've gone on with my family. Okay, thanks for watching.